I want to grab the book real quick. And I just want to see if it's about confusion. It looks like it's about confusion. Look at the card. To experience an epiphany is to have a sudden realization or spiritual flash that will change the way you view yourself or others around you. You get to see the situation more clearly, as if someone just switched on a light. With this clarity, you can see the truth. You will also gain a sense of control within yourself to make positive decisions that will bring about happy and joyful outcomes. I can see clearly now. There is a lot of confusion over here. I mean, confusion, a painful decision. Somebody is not letting go of a relationship here. This person's going to do something. Hold on, let's pull up self-reliance. I'm not really crazy about this reading, Taurus. I don't know. You take what resonates. You have the courage and fortitude to lovingly assert yourself and your point of view. By doing so, you gain respect and support from your friends, family, and colleagues. It takes boldness and integrity to stand up for yourself and be counted, especially when no one else is supporting you. Trust yourself and value your own opinions and judgment. Very important. Do not listen to other people. Flying solo is a challenge that takes courage and confidence. This is your road to freedom. Become lion-hearted and know that your best protection is your own spine. If it is to be, it is up to me. Very important message. So my overall view of this reading is that there's a water sign around you that you've been resisting an ending with for some reason or another. Maybe you're married to them, maybe they're a family member. It could be in-laws, like a father-in-law, mother-in-law, and you just can't get out of this situation. Let's start at the beginning like we always do. The first card that you have for your past is the Ten of Cups in reverse. So I call that trouble in paradise. It is, there's no harmony, people aren't getting along, there's arguments, disagreements. It represents a separation. But the next card that you have is the Six of Swords in reverse, which is the sign of Aquarius. So that tells me that there's a lot of problems here. There's a lot of unhappiness here, but you have not left this situation yet. You're delaying it. You're hesitating. You know that you want to go away from this drama, but for some reason, you just cannot. Or you're putting it off, because it could represent a delay. It can also represent an obstacle, meaning that you have to stay out of obligation for some reason or another. Like, I just can't leave. I just can't make the decision. It is being stuck, but it also represents the fact that you're not moving forward. There's no progress here. Someone is very, very confused and does not know what to do about this water sign. They know that a change needs to be made here. Someone could just be asking themselves if this is the right decision, like I'm unsure, I don't know what to do. It could also represent unfinished business, meaning there may be a house that needs to be sold. There may be divorce papers that need to be signed. Because somebody's researching something over here. But you know that the situation no longer serves you. And the Wheel of Fortune is coming in. Another 10. I do want to point out that you have the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and also the Sun card, which is number 19, also breaks down to a 10. You have 4 10s in your reading. The Wheel of Fortune tells me that the universe is here, and I feel like the universe is stepping in. Because of the self-reliance card, they're telling you to not be afraid and allow this change to happen. The Wheel of Fortune can represent something sudden and unexpected. But keep in mind also that it is your fate and it is your destiny for this to happen. You are not supposed to be with this person. They need to go. You need to be put on the right path where you're supposed to be. I know people are sick of me saying it, but That's why the universe steps in. So know that whatever is going to happen in this situation, it is in your best interest. The Wheel of Fortune does also represent a change of seasons. I'm also getting the moon here, but I feel like somebody's moon sign is a Pisces. You might not even know. This person might not be an actual water sign. They could have a moon sign of Pisces, and that's why they're coming up as a King of Cups. But the next full moon, I do not have my calendar in front of me. I should know this information, but I believe it is January 10th. I'm not 100% sure. Please check your calendars. But the full moon could also be significant here as to something that is going to finally put an end to this situation that you've been resisting ending, Taurus. I feel like it's you, but I feel like you want it to be over. You just can't find it inside yourself. You can't find the courage to put an end to it. The water sign in reverse just won't leave my readings. It's been in, I don't know, I feel like it's been around all week in all of my readings. So this person's causing problems everywhere. But the moon represents confusion. It represents fear. It represents secrets. Something is hidden here. The sun in reverse is coming up in your future, and it's also next to this water sign in reverse. I don't feel like you're using your intuition to see how terrible, I don't even know what other word to use, this person really is. This person is trying to come off as some type of Prince Charming. They're not. They're like putting up a front. Things are not what they seem here, Taurus. This person isn't telling you everything. You need to ask questions. Ask questions. Get to the bottom of this. Get to the truth. Seek clarity. The truth is coming out about this person. I do want to tell you that. But the moon represents darkness. So how do you feel when you're in the dark? You know? You're scared. You can't see. You don't know which way to go. It's pitch black. You're in the middle of a forest. You're having anxiety. You're confused. I feel this person that you're dealing with also has mental issues. I really do. I think they're crazy. You have con artist and scammer all over this reading. Somebody is trying to get away with something. Now, if you're in a relationship with this water sign, there's a very good chance that he's married. If this is an in-law, because I'm seeing family here, this person is doing something very sneaky. They don't like you. I hate to be so rude, but I just want you to know that. When the King of Cups is in reverse, I call him the drama queen. He loves drama. This person thrives on it. They're an emotional manipulator. They do not have feelings. They don't show feelings, and they do not care who they hurt. They will take advantage of you in a second if they can. They are very selfish and very jealous. Do not trust this person, Taurus. And with the 10 of Swords coming in, sign of Gemini, attached to him, you are going to see the light. This could be an argument, but this is your realization. It represents betrayal. This person is going to stab you in the back. Not only are they going to stab you in the back now, but look at all the circles in this reading. I'm just looking like there's a circle here, 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 and there's another one here. This person keeps doing the same thing to you over and over and over. It's never ending. They've not only stabbed you in the back, or are going to stab you in the back right now, this week, the 10 of Swords, but they've done this 9 other times. That is what is going to help you to see the truth of this situation and take back your control, because I feel like this person is controlling you. The 10 of Swords, I always say, is the nail in the coffin. It's finally going to be over. It is going to hurt, but at least now you know what it is. I do feel like there could be some hurtful words here. This could represent a breakup, a divorce, but this person is an enemy. They're like an attention seeker. They're playing a victim here, which tells me that there's someone else here that they're talking to. I'm even getting a parent-child relationship here, which also made me feel like this was family. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier or not, but because of where I was going with this, I wanted to point it out again. There's somebody else that this person is talking to. So I'm thinking like this is the situation, the scenario that I'm getting. You're married to someone, let's just say, and this is this person's mother, father, whoever it is, doesn't matter. They're talking to their child that you were married to, and they're telling them all these things about you, like they're talking behind your back. They're stabbing you in the back, behind your back. And you don't see it, you don't know it. Maybe you do. Maybe that just represents, the fact that you're unhappy. But they're going to their child, if that's your situation, I'm just using that for example. It could be anything. This could be at work for someone. There could be a boss going to another coworker and talking about you behind your back, saying hurtful things behind your back. Somehow, some way, this is going to come out. The Page of Swords tells me it's going to come out. I don't know if that's my face-to-face communication. So there is a possibility that you are going to confront this person. Because now we come into the future and we have the Two of Swords, which is Libra. Also, I want to point out that someone could have a moon sign in Libra. But now you're stuck between two people or two different situations. There is someone here that you love. I will point that out. Because there's a third party here, somehow, some way. There's 3 people here and there's 3 people here. I just don't know who the other person is. But there's a very difficult choice coming up for you. I just heard take a shot in the dark. I don't know what that means. If you weren't sure that there was a deceptive person around you, is that what somebody just said? Well, let me take a shot in the dark and see if it's so-and-so. They're being fake, right to your face. Right to your face. They're pretending to be nice to you. So this decision that you're going to have to make to end it with this person who's going to betray you is really going to hurt, and it's really going to make you unhappy. With the 8 of Wands coming out as your final outcome with the Page of Swords, I feel like you're going to face the truth that you're probably never going to speak to this person again. The Knight of Cups in reverse is your overall energy. It is about rejection. So I don't know if that's how you're going to feel or how they're going to feel, but it also represents to me very much of the same things that are in the King of Cups in reverse. Jealousy, not sincere, con artist. Very immature this person is. All of your Cups cards are in reverse. The Knight of Cups, the King of Cups, the 10 of Cups. There's no love here. This relationship is just over. But underneath this, we have the Death card in reverse, which is the sign of Scorpio. It's also resistance to an ending. Like somebody knows. Matter of fact, let me tell you that while I was preparing your cards for your reading, just shuffling, I shuffle like, 100 times. And I try and put your energy into the cards before I turn on the camera. The High Priestess just would not even stay in the deck. It just kept flying out of the deck. Every time I shuffle, I'm like, here comes the High Priestess, here comes the High Priestess. And I'm like, well, somebody needs to use their intuition about something and not resist this change anymore. It's time for a change. It's time to put an end to, that's your energy, the Hierophant, which is also about following your inner voice. That tells me even more, like that's the, the traditional values card. Like that's why you're not letting go of this person, because you feel obligated to stay with them for some reason. But the Hierophant in traditional tarot holds the keys to free yourself. You have the power. If this is a work situation for someone, could be some type of government organization, and you're hesitant to leave because they're going to offer you something, but you're going to turn it down. The Knight of Cups. You're going to go out. Maybe even start your own business. Self-reliance. That's been coming up for a lot of people. But this person is set in their ways, and they're not going to change. The Nine of Cups. There's your peace, happiness. She's even sitting on a beach. Looks like she's in meditation. Sitting by herself. Flying solo. Once again. There's 3 people here too. There's definitely a third person here. I don't know. I feel like maybe you're going to leave both of them. The Knight of Cups and the King of Cups, unless they're the same person. Let's take a look at this. I'm curious about this King of Cups. Angels, what additional messages can you give us? I didn't even get to say anything. For the King of Cups in the center of the reading, please. King of Cups, what do we need to know about him? King of Cups. 1 card, angels, please. Yeah. Pathway is a new path. Also represents seeing the light, the road to transformation. So you're going to receive a message about the truth that's going to hurt, but it is going to allow you to put an end to this situation. Never speak to this person again. Get your peace and your happiness and go down your new path towards the light. Can you tell us about the moon, angels, please? The moon. What's hidden here? Despair. Is someone confused about leaving a job? That's my my person who's out of work. But that just tells me that you're afraid, because your fear, the moon represents fear. You're afraid that that's what you're going to be like once you end this situation. You're going to be really sad. This is a really hard choice for someone. It really is. But I don't know. I feel like you need your peace. You need your happiness. You need to get away from this drama. I'll pull a couple of advice cards and then we'll close it out. Angels, look what's on the bottom of the deck. Change. Just wanted to show you that. All right. Angels, divine spirits and guides. What advice do you have for Taurus about this reading on the table? What do they need to know? What advice do they need to follow? All right. The Fool card, your new beginning. Let's take one more. So once again, put an end to it and just have a fresh start. Take a risk, take a leap of faith, and just go do it, Taurus. Ooh. All right. Oh my goodness, they're falling all over the place. Sorry, knocking the camera over. My goodness gracious. All kinds of problems. All right. Let's see what we got. Seven of Cups. Your angels are asking you to make an important decision that you've been putting off. Hello. It's likely that you know which choice you should make, but you're procrastinating so you don't upset someone. Well, too bad. Ask heaven for guidance and then make the choice that celebrates who you truly are. Nice. I'm going to read the Fool first because the Fool and the Magician we have. You're at the beginning of a wonderful journey. There's no need to have any fear. Don't be afraid. Guardian angels walk beside you every step of the way. You have unique gifts to offer the world if you will just free yourself from that which holds you back. Free yourself from this person. You hold the key. New opportunities will present themselves. Just If you truly believe, you have to believe that you're going to be okay. You're going to be fine once you make this decision. And then the Magician. Manifest your dreams, Taurus. You're ready to go. There's no need for additional preparation. Take the first steps towards the changes you desire, even if they're small steps. Notice signs that guide you in the right direction, as well as resources and support that miraculously appear. So your advice is to start your new chapter. You go from the Fool card to the Magician. You have all the tools that you need to do this. You need to make this decision and get yourself out of this unhappy situation, even though I know it's going to hurt. But I do feel like you're going to see this person's true colors. That's all I'm going to say. I am going to leave that there, Taurus. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck with your situation, and I will see you soon.